Are you looking for the best Ninja blenders? In this video we will look at some of the 7 best blenders on the market before we get started with our video. We have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Ninja TWISTi Blender Duo. We were impressed with the Ninja TWISTi Blender Duo in our lab testing. What really stood out to us was the 34-ounce power pitcher, which has a built-in tamper and a blade that gets screwed on at the bottom. It features a helpful timer to keep track of your blending process and 5 presets. While the main pitcher is smaller than other full-size Ninja blenders, we found that it was still large enough to tackle the same amount of ingredients, unlike the personal blenders we tested. How it performed in our lab tests: it produced an ultra-creamy and fluffy margarita and super smooth peanut butter. After the first 2 minutes of blending peanut butter, we used the built-in tamper to spin around the peanuts that were at the top. The result was a smooth peanut butter that was easily pourable, perfect for topping an ice cream sundae or your morning oatmeal. At number 2. Ninja BL610 Professional Countertop Blender. At around $100, this blender a great option for entertaining on a budget. The Ninja Professional Countertop Blender is a solid full-sized blender with a large 72-ounce jar capacity and powerful performance. How it performed in our lab tests: in our testing, it excelled at blending up a milkshake that was smooth with a nice body to it and a soup that was creamy and completely went through the fine mesh sieve. While this blender doesn't have as many presets or variable controls like other Ninja blenders, we still found that the high speed did a nice job crushing through ingredients. The very sharp multi-pronged blender blade also requires some extra care when cleaning, but thankfully the remaining removable parts are dishwasher safe. At number 3. Ninja SS101 Foodi Smoothie Maker and Nutrient Extractor. Can your personal blender grind up smooth and creamy peanut butter in under 3 minutes? Well, this personal blender from Ninja certainly can, and does a better job than other Ninja models we tested. We've tested a lot of personal blenders over the years, and this one also surprised us with the amount of presets it offered compared to many personal blenders that only feature a pulse button. This blender offers a lot of versatility in both presets and 3 different sized cups. The smoothie bowl cup also features a built-in tamper, good for ensuring all ingredients are thoroughly incorporated. Keep in mind that this is a personal blender without vents and cannot be used to blend up hot ingredients like soup or warm sauces. How it performed in our lab tests. The Ninja Foodi Smoothie Maker and Nutrient Extractor is a small workhorse that churned out great testing results for frozen margaritas and smoothies. We especially loved how the margarita was rich and creamy and there was absolutely no grit from the superfine sugar used. At number 4. Ninja BN401 Nutri Pro Compact Personal Blender. What we love most about the Ninja Nutri Pro Compact Personal Blender is that no one has to settle for just one smoothie at breakfast. Each person can blend their own in a personal cup, making it easy to customize flavors and take it on the go. During testing, we did need to scale our recipe down to a single serving so it would fit in the blending cup. This blender comes with fewer pieces to store, so it's ideal for a small kitchen or even for keeping at your desk for an afternoon pick-me-up. Since this does only come with 2 cups, we recommend purchasing more cups if you have more people making smoothies at once. All removable pieces are dishwasher safe. How it performed in our lab tests: out of all of the Ninja blenders that we tested, this model made the best smoothie in lab testing. We were impressed with how smooth it came out, completely going through the fine mesh sieve. At number 5. Ninja SS351 Foodi Power Blender and Processor System. The Ninja Foodi Power Blender and Processor System is easy to assemble, with a blender jar that locks quickly and securely into place. Its backlit controls are intuitive and easy to read, and suction cups on the base keep the machine steady even when blending tough ingredients at high speeds. While the blade is simple to attach and remove, it's extremely sharp, so extra care is needed during handling and cleaning. How it performed in our lab tests: only a few picks on this list can be used to make a hot pureed soup, and this blender system aced this lab test. The pureed soup passed through the sieve easily. The result was smooth and creamy yet still retained some pleasant texture. We were also impressed with the thick and smooth margarita it produced with no large pieces of ice remaining. Overall, this is a versatile blender whether you're blending hot or cold ingredients. At number 6. Ninja SS401 Foodi Power Blender Ultimate System. If you're in the market for both a blender and a food processor, here is our solution. It may be more expensive and include more pieces than other models on this list, but if you take advantage of all that this food processor blender combo has to offer, you can cut down on time in the kitchen. We also love that all parts are dishwasher safe, which is great if you put many of the pieces to use while making dinner. How it performed in our lab tests. In our lab testing, we finally chopped onions and parsley and sliced zucchini with this versatile food processor blender combo from Ninja. Besides its food processing capabilities, we found it to make smooth peanut that didn't overheat the motor as much as other blenders tested. But we did notice while blending tough ingredients that a lot of forceful air comes out of the blender during operation. This may move items on your counter, but doesn't affect your blend. At number 7. Ninja CI101 Foodi Power Mixer System. The Ninja Foodi Power Mixer System is an intuitive piece of kitchen gear boasting both a hand mixer and hand blender. While there are a few pieces to store, it's not as much as other hand blenders we've tested. It comes with a nice recipe booklet with color photos and a 3-cup blending cup with a spout for easy pouring as well as a lid. And the Easy Glide beaters are designed with more surface area for light, fluffy baked goods, according to the brand. All mount motor parts are also top-rack dishwasher safe for easy cleanup. How it performed in our lab tests. When we made a smoothie in the lab with this hand blender, it took some pressure, but did work well, resulting in a smoothie with a high lab score. While the mayo that it produced was of good quality at first, it did start to separate after sitting.